actually. Okay, for our first project, we are going to be making a little uh, organizer for your locker that you can put pens and pencils in, and then we're going to use magnets to attach it to the locker. So, being that this is our first project, we're going to keep it pretty simple. We're going to start by making a rectangle. So we're going to go up to the Create Sketch tab. This is going to ask us what plane we want to sketch on. So we're just going to select the bottom plane here. Okay, now we're going to start by making a sketch of a rectangle. So what we're going to do is hit Create, Rectangle, Center Rectangle. So now we can hover over the center of our workspace. Okay, that's going to snap or lock on the center. I'm going to click on the mouse, drag it out, and I'm not going to click again. Instead, I'm going to enter in some values. So we want our locker organizer pencil holder to be 2 inches wide. So I'm going to hit 2, then I'm going to hit Tab on my keyboard. It's going to change the where the dimensions are going, and then we're going to hit 3, okay, and hit Enter. So this is the bottom of our pencil holder. So now we want to extrude this or make it into a 3D model. So we're going to go up to the Solid tab, click on Extrude, and then we want to drag this up a distance of 4 inches, okay, then hit Enter. So what we did is we made a cube that we're able to now design where the pencils are going to go. So in order to do that, we're going to create a new sketch on this work plane. So we're going to go to Sketch, and then we're going to hover over the work plane. You can see as I hover over the different sides, it changes it to a different color gray. I'm going to click the top one. And now I'm going to actually offset this rectangle shape that we have here, making a border on the inside. So up here is your offset tool. Click on offset. You're going to click what you want to offset, which is this line here. You can see I can either drag it out or drag it in. And what the offset does is gives it an equal distance all the way around. So we're going to go in -0.15. Hit OK. And now we can see here that we have an outline, and we're actually going to take this material and move it out. So in order to, I should have went over this before, but in order to navigate around in the software, you can use the scroll wheel on your mouse or your touchpad. And then to change the view of it here, this is your navigation cube up here. You can click on one of these and you can move it around so you can see the shape in 3D. Okay, if you hold on your thumb wheel, this allows you to move the screen this way. Zoom in, zoom out, pan, right, and then orbit over here. Okay, if you hit the home button, it's going to take you to an isometric view of it. So looking at it in this shape, I'm going to go back up to Solid. I'm going to click the Extrude button again, and then I want to select the rectangle inside of the rectangle. All right, so I click on this, and now you can see I can drag this up or down, right? And I'm going to drag it actually down, and I want to drag it down a certain distance. I want to have 1.5 inches away from the bottom, right? So if our overall was 4 inches and I want to be 1.5, it would be 3.85. So negative 3.85. That's going to give me that 0.15 distance on the bottom. So then I can hit Enter. So what we did here is we made just a little box, right? Then the last thing we're going to do is we want to kind of jazz this up a little bit here. So I'm going to create another sketch on this wall. And I'm going to actually just pick 2 spots just randomly. I'm not going to give you any dimensions because I'm going to show you in a second how you can customize yours. And if I go to Solid, and now I click on that, I can actually cut that away. Should change my view a little bit so you can see it. You can cut this away so that you have some feature to it, right? So I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that. And instead of just doing a straight line, I'm going to do a little squiggly line. I'm going to show you how that looks. So this way you guys can customize it a little bit. Just make sure that those connect. Then go back up to Solid. You're going to select that. If these didn't connect on the edges like I did here, then you're not going to allow it to extrude to take it out. Okay. So now I'm going to again go take that out. Now I did a little bit of feature on there to make it look, kind of cool. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to customize this with a name. So we'll go to hit create sketch, click the front view, and then we're going to go to over here, insert, oops, sorry, over here, create text. And I'm just going to put here, drag and make a little box. Then I'm going to say, I'm going to put my name. You can pick the different fonts you want, the sizes. Okay. I'm just going to do, I'm going to select name and pick a different font. Right. I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger, 0.5. I think is a good size. Hit OK. And now I can move this around to center it. And then we're going to extrude that out. So we're going to go solid, extrude. We're going to pick the name. And we want it to come out 0.05. Now you have your name on there. There you have it. There's your locker organizer. So we're going to go ahead and hit save up at the top. So hit the save button. Then you're going to call it locker organizer. Make sure you put it in a proper location. So this says it's going into my admin folder CNC. I don't want it there, so I'm going to open up this drop. I'm going to go to admin project, and then I want you to create a new folder. So you'll say new folder. You'll call it exploratory, and then put it in the exploratory folder. Okay. All right. So the last thing we need to do is export this to be 3D printed. So you're going to go up here, File, Export, and we want the file type to be STL. And then the location is going to be in my downloads. If this doesn't say downloads, click on this and go to find your downloads. And then it's going to export it. Okay, there you have it. Go make your own now.